Welcome to Cowgirl Talk, where we empower you to live authentically through real food, real talk, and real life. Sisters brought together by our love of cows. We're your host, Emily, a dairy lover and personal trainer living in Florida.
And Becca, a corporate cowgirl holding down the family fort in Pennsylvania. Let's go, cowgirls!
Hello, and welcome back to Cowgirl Talk. This is our season 4 finale, I guess you could say. And really, it's kind of our 2024 finale as well. This is going to be our last episode of the year. And so we're going to spend this episode really just recapping and talking through the previous year, especially it was Becca's first year as a podcast host in general, but more specifically for Cowgirl Talk. So we're going to take pretty much, it's almost end of November, which is crazy. It's basically Thanksgiving, and then we're going to take the month of December off to just enjoy the holidays. So I'm excited to talk through the year, Becca.
Same. You said that this was my first year, and I'm trying to remember when we recorded the first one on your couch.
February.
Was that February?
Yeah, because you were down in Florida for YDLI.
Oh, that's right. Because I was trying to think, we were on the couch. It was nice outside. But it's always nice in Florida. So
yeah, I was going to say, that's the perfect time of the year. It was it was very end of January, very beginning of February. Because your YDLI dates were a little different.
Yeah, because it was in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
See, yeah, there's going to be a lot of reminiscing and remembering in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Even while we were preparing the notes, I was like, oh, shit. Wait, we did all that. Yeah, the one thing was like, what's your favorite thing that happened this year? I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, you got married.
Yeah, I was like, that's an easy one for you.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
It'll be fun. But, of course, before we dive into the full year recap, I feel like we have to do our little mini recap, which I know we didn't do last episode because we had a guest on with Courtney, which was so much fun. I think y'all are really enjoying that episode. But now we have to do our final highs, lows, and buffaloes. And this is, again, going to be more condensed to just recently, but still, it's always a fun way to kick off the episode. So, Becca, I feel you can go because it also looks like we both had a recipe that didn't turn out this week.
I feel like our lows are going to be the same because that's the freaking worst. Well, so my high was last night. We celebrated my good friend Chitty's birthday. Her real name is Elle, but I
so that's the dinner.
Yeah, so last night we went, and her mom loves to host and cook. Ooh. Like, she used to hold Christmas parties.
Yes,
last night,
the best.
Oh my God. And we were young and we would get a little wasty at these Christmas parties. We were reminiscing last night about how Emmy used to come to those with me.
Oh my gosh. I came to 2 or 3, I think. And Ruben was at one of them.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot Ruben
and he got wasted.
Yeah. It's so easy. And so we were talking about how the one time you were twerking on Chitty's mom, AC, who hosts. And then the next morning you were watching the video talking about like, oh, how drunk was AC? And we're like, she doesn't drink, Emily.
Great. That's even worse for me. Thank you for letting me know that. I hate myself now.
Oh my God. Her AC and Jack, Chitty's mom and dad, were cracking up at that memory. They still think that's the funniest story, but I digress. So
I'm glad I can bring that joy to them.
So this year AC's been doing like a dinner party for each of her kids on their birthday.
That's so fun.
Where she'll host, and she had drinks there and the like delicious appetizers. She had these little cranberry like sausage stuffing balls.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, they were so good. And then a full meal of like chicken parm, Alfredo. She makes the best salads and dressings. Like it was so delicious. And it was a couple of couples that are kind of like within our friend circle here at Hollidaysburg. And she has this big ass dining room with a big ass table, and we were all sitting around it. And it was just one of those moments where you look around and you're like, this is so ridiculous, but this is so cool. So that was a lot of fun.
What was dessert?
An ice cream cake.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. Took 2 Lactaid pills before that. I forgot my dairy pills at home.
The dairy pills.
I know. I still need to like try
Test
them
out.
Yeah, see if they work as well. But yeah, that was my high. Joe and I on the way home were saying we both got a nice little buzz before dinner. I had like
Yeah.
2.5 glasses of wine. He had 2 of his little whiskey, bourbon things, whatever he's obsessing over.
Yeah.
And then, we get a little buzz. Mm-hmm. And then we gorge at dinner. And then we go home and we go to bed.
Hell yeah. That's a good Friday night.
I was like, I love being in my 30s.
I don't need a club. I need a good dinner and some
I
wine.
cannot imagine going out to a bar right now, which is what we would have done
Years
even
ago.
just like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Ew. I would have thrown up. I would have thrown
probably.
up just from sheer like volume.
All that good food to waste.
Yeah. So that was that was a lot of fun. So, what about you?
Oh. Okay.
What was your high?
Well, my high is speaking of home and everything.
Speaking of gorging.
Yes. So it sounded like you kind of had you had like an appetizer of Thanksgiving, basically, last night.
Pretty much.
So we're recording this the weekend before Thanksgiving, and as it will release, it will be the week of Thanksgiving. So I'm coming home to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving next week. I have not been home, and so I'm anticipating my high, but I know it's going to be a high because I love the holidays spent with family, and I haven't been home for Thanksgiving since college, I think. So
Really?
I think, yeah. So I think 2016, because I moved in 2017. I mean, that's when I graduated. So I moved, and Thanksgiving, maybe I came up in 2017, but I really don't think I've been home for Thanksgiving since college, just because it just never really lined up, and we always knew we were going to come home for Christmas, so trying to do both. And I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to come home this year, and I'll be talking about this a little later, so we're going to be moving, and so I need to get a lot of my stuff, like knick-knack stuff, but it ends up being a ton that has just been lingering in my mom or dad's house, and it's time for me to collect my items, and so we're going to be driving, so that might be the low, but flights are just, of course, always crazy around the holidays, so I think it'll be a fun little adventure.
Yeah, and that means you can like pick up more fun stuff while you're here of knickknacks. Yeah. I'm excited. Thanksgiving is always
I love Thanksgiving.
It's definitely a more low-key holiday. I love Thanksgiving. There's something about it that's a little less intimidating than Christmas. I don't know. We're just there to eat and have fun and be thankful. There's just something really nice about it. I personally think people underrate Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, because it's so quick, right? Like, Christmas is a season, where Thanksgiving, it's a day.
Yeah, what was that thing I posted on our Instagram? Like, if y'all want me to stop playing Christmas music, I need you to start playing, like, making Thanksgiving bangers.
Yeah, you have to start making Thanksgiving music if you don't want Christmas music yet.
Yep. Well, I'm excited. I already have all of Emily's workouts planned for
Literally.
when she's home with me. Like, she comes on my little social, workout bunny schedule.
It's fun.
So,
it keeps me active.
We're doing the boost spin hour, which will be fun.
Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah. And it'll be a team teach, so it's 2 girls, so that means they'll kind of battle it out with their music, and it'll just be fun.
Oh, that's fun.
And then Friday we'll probably do Black Friday shopping with Grandma and Kathy and Sam.
Yeah, which I haven't done in years.
That was so much fun last year. I loved it.
Oh.
Because
I'm
Sam was into it, and it was fun having our younger cousin.
She's in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was fun to help her find things, because I don't know, we don't need as much on Black Friday, or have as many things that we used
on my
to.
list.
I actually usually help Graham shop for you on Black Friday, which is
now I get to pick up some of my own stuff.
Damn, you shop for yourself this year. That's kind of sad.
Well, I'll let you pick out my stuff if you want.
Oh, man. But that's okay. And then Saturday, we're going to run a turkey trot race.
Yeah, and Ruben's coming up too, and he's going to run it with us.
I don't know how I'm going to do that. It's going
to be so cold. Ruben and I were... it's potentially supposed to snow, which I grew up in the cold, but what the heck are we supposed to wear? I don't want to...
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We'll get you geared up. But I've been running once a week I
Yeah.
haven't ran 2 miles straight yet, but last week I ran a mile straight, so I
Hell
thought,
yeah.
okay, you're gonna
We can run walk. I'm down for whatever.
You and Ruben. No, I feel like I'm not gonna hold you guys back. Whenever
Oh,
you
girl,
get the
you're not.
adrenaline going,
Ruben's a much faster pace than me. I hold him back, so it's fine. There's no expectations for this turkey trot. I'm literally only
Yeah.
doing it because you asked us to.
yeah. So I'm excited. I've got Emmy's schedule all worked out for when she's home.
Yeah, we're pumped. Lots of food. We'll go see movies, some Black Friday shopping. So it's just like I feel like. I mean, we have Christmas traditions, but we do have a little schedule for Thanksgiving. We always kind of have some traditions there. So I'm excited to get to do those again, and it'll just be a blast. But speaking on food, I think both of our lows this week revolve around food. So for mine, do you remember? So Campbell's
Haas's.
soup. Wait. Oh, this was at Haas's too?
You don't remember the beef and barley soup at Haas's?
No. Okay. So what I remember.
That's what I thought you made it because of
No,
Haas's.
I always remembered the Campbell's soup. Campbell's soup has a beef and barley soup, and it was always so much better than just like their beef and vegetable soup. So I always, when we would, I don't know if I ever picked it out, but like the beef and barley soup from Campbell's, I was like, oh my gosh, I love what this little barley is. And so I didn't remember that Haas's had it. Bummer.
We always
Okay,
got it.
Okay, maybe that's also like somewhere locked in my memory why I like it so much as well. Haas's is like a Pennsylvania restaurant chain. But I'm trying to do a crockpot series on TikTok and eventually Instagram. And so I was like, okay, I'll do beef and barley soup in the crockpot, easy peasy. But for some reason, the beef just did not get as tender as I wanted. And I'm picky with my meat on texture, so if it's not falling apart tender, I'm like, ooh. So I think I did it on high versus low, so I should have just did it on low. And then I put the recommended amount of veggies and carrots, but it was way too many carrots. Like it tasted straight like carrots. And so it wasn't bad, but it was just not, it did not bring back the memories that I wanted it to. And since I'm so picky with meat, I was like, damn it. I meal prepped this whole crock pot and I recorded all of it, right? I planned it out for the recipe to post it.
I'm telling you,
that's why I was more mad.
This is sounding like your million dollar pasta. You've just got to start a
Freaking
series of
crock pots, man.
You've got to start a series of fails. And also stop trying to make cooking on high happen.
Cooking. It's sad though. But it's a low because I don't want to waste food, but now it's just sitting in the fridge and I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, I really don't want to eat this. And Ruben tried it and he was like, I'm like, you don't like it? He's like, it's fine. Damn
That's
it.
so funny. That's how they'll never say they don't like it.
I was like, I don't like it, so it's okay.
But that was his way of saying it. I feel like sometimes you just got to throw it away.
I know, but it's more so like I put beef chunks in it, right? So like all the other stuff was cheap, but that's like good beef. So we'll see. It's still sitting in the fridge. I just made it recently. No, it's a recent make, so maybe I'll just take out the
I'm
carrots
just
and the
thinking
beef.
about like
Also, it's so hard to find the barley in the grocery store, but I did find it.
yeah, did you have to go out to like a barley field and harvest your
No, it's in the
barley
rice aisle,
balls?
but it's like in with the dried beans. It was just I was wandering through the aisle trying to find it.
Maybe we'll go back to Haas's so you can get some like re-inspo.
Yeah, I need something. So it was very disappointing.
Yeah. I feel you. We had a meal like that this week. And the first half of the week I was having crazy like anxiety and lows anyways. I don't know what came over my body, but this meal did not help.
I'm not excited, but I've always wanted to try this, so I'm curious.
Well, okay, so I made crispy rice, which the
looks
rice
so good.
The rice itself was really good.
Okay.
Like the crunchy garlic stuff that I used was really good. I think I had too much rice or I didn't put like enough soy sauce and chili garlic crunchy stuff on it.
Yeah.
It was really good before I toasted it. Then when I toasted it, it was just kind of like, it got bland and I didn't like the texture. Because I was thinking like, ooh, crispy rice that you eat with spicy tuna at a sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
That's like a deep fried hash brown. This was not like a deep fried hash brown.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah, the expectation was set in a way that could not be met for how it was prepared.
And I just like didn't really like the texture it added. It just felt like undercooked rice.
That's what I've heard people say. They'll be like, oh, this looks cool, but it's like undercooked
what I would
rice.
do next time is just use it in a stir fry because the flavor was
Oh,
amazing.
it locks in the saltiness.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I made just like I followed this recipe with like a Asian salad, and the Asian salad I got from the grocery store was gross. The cucumbers were gross. The chicken
everything.
sometimes with raw chicken, like
I know.
when you cook it, it just looks ugly. You know what I mean?
You're ugly. I don't want to eat you.
Yeah, like I had to touch this and then it was ugly, so then like my whole body was like revolting against this raw chicken.
We had not good experiences with meat this week.
And then the last thing that just like set me off, I didn't eat it. I said, fuck it, I'm making banana bread, and I ate like half a loaf of banana bread for dinner.
Nice.
It was, we got this like peanut sauce, you know, like Thai peanut sauce.
Yeah.
And it came, and after I took off like the wrapper off the top of the lid must have popped open at some point during transport. Mm-hmm. So that meant air got into it.
Yeah.
And now that I know more about packaging, I'm like, it smells fine. I mean, this stuff could like survive an apocalypse, the amount of shit that's in this peanut sauce. Like, I mean, that's as processed as it gets.
Yeah.
So I still tried it, and it was like kicked you in the face with ginger, and I was convinced it was going to give us food poisoning. And it was expensive, but I was afraid of it, so I threw it away, this like $6 bottle of sauce.
Oh man.
And I just sat down, and Joe was eating, and you could tell he was like, oh. And then he looked over, and I had literally started crying.
Okay, look, I didn't cry at least.
No,
over my
it was
meal.
just like a bad
day
for me, and I was really excited about it, and I just sat down.
That's the worst part. Like, you're like, this is gonna be so good.
I
Hell
know.
Yeah. And then
you
it
get
just not
so
live
excited.
up to
No, and just that disappointment and the anxiety I was already feeling elsewhere, I literally started crying. He goes, "It's not that bad." I was like,
start screaming.
I was like, "Yes, it is. This is blah 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 blah." And he was like, "Do what you want, babe. Do you want me to order you?" He was like, "Do you want me to order you something?"
Yes.
So, anyways, that was my love.
I had instead of mine, because I took like a few bites and I was like, I don't want to do it. I had a peanut butter and banana sandwich with a protein shake, so still balanced. But
We both
that
went
was
for
my
banana.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. Well, I'm so sorry
so
we both
what's
had
your
shitty
buffalo?
meals this week. Yeah. Buffalo for me was I was frolicking around Europe a year ago, which I totally not forgot
Oh yeah, that
about.
random ass Switzerland trip that Ruben like drunkenly planned.
Yep. Yeah. So we were going around Switzerland and France, and technically, like a year ago today, when we're recording this, we were in Paris. We were in Paris.
Okay.
And
Where's your beret?
I did have pistachio macaron ice cream last night, and it was delicious. So,
the Jennies.
dude,
She's not
that
French.
could be a high.
She's straight Southern
She's-
butter
I think
cooking.
she's from Ohio.
Oh, it tastes like ice cream that you would make in the South.
Well, either way, it's delicious. But yeah, so that was a year ago, and I knew it was in November, but it was the week of Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving feels late this year, so just like realizing it was already a year ago, I was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy. And it was just so much fun. So I've just been enjoying waking up each morning and looking at my time hop, which just recaps memories over the years, and then looking at last year. And then 2 years ago, we were in Holland visiting Ruben's family. So the past 2 Thanksgivings, I've been in Europe. So, yeah, so I'm excited to have a American Thanksgiving this year.
Pennsylvania Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah. Honestly, you can't beat it. You know what? It's great. So that's my
awesome.
buffalo. What's yours?
Not as exciting as that. What is my buffalo? You okay?
Yeah, that was dramatic. It didn't actually hurt at all. It was just a reaction. Me hitting my elbow on the table. Didn't hurt at all.
Oh man. Well, okay, you were frolicking in Europe, and this week Phoebe had a vet appointment.
Woohoo! Hey, this is why it's a buffalo, right?
And while we were there, it was just her like once a year checkup to make sure we
Yeah.
weren't like behind on any vaccines
Yep.
and that she isn't too overweight, which she's not. She was last year, but this year she's not.
Yay.
And they apparently do a whole day dedicated to teeth cleaning at the vet, where they
Ooh.
like put you just like send your dog or your cat back and they put them under anesthesia and they brush their teeth and like do like an actual cleaning of the tartar like they do on human teeth.
Oh my gosh, you have to put them under anesthesia for that?
Yeah, because they're doing like the scraping.
Ooh.
Phoebe
Yeah.
would bite your hand off if you did that.
Yeah. Ugh.
And so they do a whole day, and my buffalo is that I'm actually considering it.
Oh,
And then
so
I
it's not
realized
like a
she's a
whole
dog.
free thing they did.
No, you have to pay, but I'm gonna call. I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, but like, why not? Getting your teeth cleaned feels great. Phoebe would love it. And then I'm like, she would literally hate it.
I think our vet, after my yearly appointment this past year, so earlier this year, like way early, I think our vet, she mentioned that to me too. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come back for that. No, I did not. Because yeah, they talk about like, oh, it can lead to disease and stuff. I'm like, all right, well.
Well, it
That's
was just
fine.
primarily like this guy was like, yeah, if you're not a person who likes to brush your dog's teeth, she's almost midlife. I was like, she's 3.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That almost made me cry. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with me this week?
Hudson's 7.
That's crazy.
I know.
So he was like, it'll solve their breath for a little bit, but unless you like routinely brush them, it won't. But it is, kind of just a nice reset for their teeth while you still can.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy is pitching it in a much more realistic way.
He's a good seller.
Oh, yeah, he kept calling me mom. At the vet, he was like, okay, Mom, can you help us get like Phoebe up on the table? And I was like, I jokingly call Joey and I like Mom and Dad, like go to your dad. But
That's a dog. Yeah, people do that with their pets.
I was like, I didn't realize how weird it was until he's saying it seriously.
It's like, oh, this is creepy.
I was like, I birthed this child.
Yeah, like, all right, bro. Did you tell him like stop? At one point,
No.
you just snapped. You're like, stop.
No, because I was sitting in my own embarrassment of that I was considering the teeth cleaning and that I say that at home.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, well, I'm just gonna go with it. You probably already say this, so I'm just gonna make you live out your embarrassment.
And then another random buffalo. This isn't mine. I'm sharing it on behalf of Rachel, who actually is the originator of buffaloes.
Yep.
She called me this week. We were just catching up. And she goes, hey, I have a buffalo for you. I was like, oh, okay, let's hear it. And she said, did you know it's Taylor Lautner, not Lautner?
Wrong. I bet she's right. Is it really?
No, well, yeah, because she, it was I think it was his Call Her Daddy podcast interview.
Wow.
And she was like, yeah, he said his name is actually Lautner. And Alex Cooper must have been like, okay, why have you never corrected anybody?
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
And he's like, well, it happened, and then I got famous, and then it was too late.
Lautner. Oh,
Yeah,
my
not
God.
Lautner. Isn't that kind of crazy? I was like, oh,
That
damn,
is
that's
funny.
a really good buffalo. She goes, yeah, I'll just leave you with that.
Thank you. And I feel like there's probably a lot of celebrities like that. Like Rihanna isn't it like Rihanna. And okay, I have a funny random one. And then we move on. One of the girls I met in YDLI, Marin Western. It's Marin. And we would always call her the wrong name. Like through all of YDLI, like 2 years of YDLI, she let us mispronounce her name. And then one day, I don't even know if she told me or someone else was like, that's not how you pronounce her name. And we're like, have you been letting us mispronounce your name for 2 years of YDLI? She's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And so when they actually corrected us. I was like, I don't believe you now. Like, I don't know how to actually say your name. I don't know if you're joking with me now or after, but so that was a
I feel like
funny
people
experience.
like her name looks like it's spelled Marin,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yeah. And that's
And
what we
so
would
it
all
must
say.
be Marin.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
And now I'm even second guessing myself. So if you're listening or if Rachel is listening, I'm like now confusing myself because there were so many years that we said it one way and they're like, you're wrong. I was like, you're a liar. You're not.
That's funny.
This isn't real.
Like someone come correct us.
Yeah. So that's also
Funny.
a random side story. But otherwise, it is time to hop into kind of our yearly 2024 recap. So we kind of have a couple different areas, I guess you could talk on, or that we're going to touch on. But one of the first ones was just really reflecting on the past year of kind of what were your goals this year? Or did you have a word for the year, a resolution with the year? How did that go? And kind of what did you stick with or not? And Becca put, I have no idea in her notes, but then we both remembered. I don't know.
We made a list.
Yeah, we both remembered. She wrote down a list, and for personal and business, I also I wrote down a list and I found it in my Google Drive. So, Becca, do you want to
go
go through yours first?
Sure. Yeah. I was like, I
Okay.
have no idea. That was
Yeah,
also
that's what
me at,
she
like-
wrote. I was like, okay.
That was also me at like 6 a.m. after I told Emmy I made good progress on fixing my face before we recorded this episode. So.
Yeah, we've progressed since then.
So I did not do a word or like actual resolutions. On one of our previous episodes, I remember me talking about like, I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about resolutions. I'm still like kind of navigating what I like.
What helps to
But-
get more specific?
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of in this phase of my life where I like to be realistic and set myself up to win. And like, I like myself and I like my life. So I don't want to make any drastic changes.
Yeah,
And if you
that's
think
fine.
I should make a drastic change, mind your business. But so I split it up between fun life events and then habits and skills. So it's
Ooh.
just like a rebrand of what I said I don't like. Fun life events. I did everything except for one, but I've made good health progress on that one. So first one is batch and bachelorette. Check.
Yes.
Bridal shower. Check. Okay, these are really easy.
Yeah, these things had to happen.
No, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It was more like things I was excited about.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So family photo shoot. Check.
Yes.
Wedding and honeymoon. Check.
Did that.
House hunting. Stay tuned. Good progress has been made. Check. Family vacay. Check. Friends
Did that.
weddings. Check. And then growing our family. And that one is I've at least made really good progress on like getting my body right. So
Yeah.
that was good.
Well, dang, you had a solid year.
Yeah, I literally wrote down everything here was expected. Like
Doesn't
knew it was
matter.
going to happen, except for the house and like getting pregnant.
Still, but that's
But
the fun
still.
part too.
But it was definitely set up for like those things to at least like, you know, like these are things I'm excited about. And
I
then
like that.
habits and skills. Wake up and work by 7:30.
Dumb. I
I just,
also
like-
had a wake up goal.
Well, the one I did do is keep up eating and exercising. Exercising.
Exercising.
Habits, which I have kept those, and I am doing like 3 to 4 morning workouts. So I'm not at work
Heck
by
yeah.
7:30, but I'm like up and functioning and showering and like hanging out with my dog or reading my Kindle. Because you know what? Fuck it. I'm going into work 8 to 5. I'm not.
Yeah, work normal hours, girl.
Okay, tennis, check. I actually got decently good-ish at it.
Yeah.
Like I can fairly beat Joe and Dad
heck
sometimes. Podcasting, check.
yeah. Did
More
that.
Phoebe walks. I suck at this. She's gonna have.
Girl.
I give her like 2 walks a week.
Poor Phoebe. She's
know,
confined.
I know. She's looking at me like, is she your poison?
Damn, we take Hudson on like 2-3 walks a day, girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay, I'm a terrible mother.
He's also picky about where he poops, so we have to go on walks.
Closet staples only minus wedding and honeymoon. Actually, we've done a really good job of that this year as sisters, like building a capsule wardrobe. So proud of that.
Yeah.
Read when I want to. Don't force it. And that's actually true.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what a random thing for me to say. Keep up skincare, greens, and vitamin consistency. I have been slacking on that the last 2 months, actually. I've been doing the bare minimum.
Well,
But haven't been doing my greens as much because I just was like, you know what? I kind of feel good without them.
yeah, they're. I feel like more
But
than
my
anything,
vitamins have stayed
placebo effect.
consistent.
If
I do
anything,
think
yeah.
it is. And I
Yeah, like-
swapped out the honey in the morning. I was like, I can't do too much, so I'm only going to... I'm doing less. But
Okay,
I'm still
there you go.
doing it.
Yeah, greens are
Damn.
just an expensive multivitamin.
I did my list.
Damn, girl, you go. You had a good year.
I don't know if you wanted me to go through the whole list, but I kind of got
like
into it.
I won't go through all mine because I just like wrote down a ton because kind of like you, there are some things I wrote
It's on the
down.
back of a grocery list.
Hell yeah, planning on planning. But I, like you, there are some things I wrote down like that I want to work towards, but then there are also some things that not like exactly knew were going to happen, but you want to have things to celebrate, right? You want to be able
Yeah.
to set up check markers almost, right? And so
Yep.
for me, within Dairy Girl Fitness, so within my business, I wanted to continue like maintaining and growing the business. And in reality, that didn't necessarily happen for me. And so at the beginning of the year, I think my word was confidence because online business and coaching has just really shifted. And it's not as quote unquote like easy as it once was when we all first started, like back in 2019, 2020. I mean, it was just a whole different landscape. Business changes.
Well, plus you had COVID. Like, you had a
Exactly,
pre-COVID,
right?
COVID, post-COVID, and now we're finally back to whatever, like, this is like the new normal.
Yeah,
You know?
and so this is my first time kind of going through all these different waves and phases. And so within business, I was just feeling pretty unconfident and just a little bit lost, lacking direction. And that's also even why I started this podcast and had the idea of it, you know, back in 2023. And so being completely honest on that front, it hasn't necessarily grown within my business, but I did have a goal of start working with a new business coach or some sort of mastermind. And I did start working with a business coach within this month. Was it technically October? Started October or November, but I'm very, very excited for that. And I feel like I really just resonate with Lacey a lot. And I'm
That's good.
excited I'm excited to be able to know that I can scale in different ways and grow my business, maybe in ways that I didn't think of before or
Yeah.
are not as obvious as I thought. So while
Yeah.
I'm navigating a changing business and landscape, I'm still excited for what's to come. I mean, we're still helping tons of women. It's still awesome and fun. But mentally, I've been really trying
Yeah.
to figure out what feels good for me. So that's something like realistically I'm navigating. Running a business, being in any career is hard.
Yeah.
And there's going to be ups and downs. And so
Well, I mean, you're going through what every business goes through, right? But you're going through it as you rather than
Yeah.
like, yeah. So I'm not surprised by any of this, but that's because I've seen it at a corporate like big scale. But it is like
Yeah.
interesting seeing you go through it as an individual and figuring out like, okay, what is Dairy Girl Fitness? You know, even like say you wanted to sell Dairy Girl Fitness 5 years from now, like what
Yep.
is like what could that look like? Or like, I don't know, there's just so many cool things. And I'm excited that you found a business coach that you resonate with because a lot of times it really is just about finding a person that you like because they're saying a lot of the same things.
yeah.
But I'm glad that you found someone who makes you feel good and makes you feel excited about it. So check confidence.
Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, because this is my longest job that I've ever had. And
Yeah.
I'm also the one like running everything, right? So
Yeah.
it's been an experience. But even through that, I just, you know, had some different goals of host a Dairy Girl Fitness retreat, and that was in Costa Rica, which
Check,
we
baby.
did. I originally had it for September, but we had it in kind of end of August, and that was so much fun. And I'm just
I can't believe that's
so-
like was this year.
I know, and it already happened. It's like, okay, done and done. So that was awesome. And I 10 out of 10 recommend Trova Trip for anyone trying to plan or host a retreat or even go on retreats. If you like go on their website, there's so many different creators who have the coolest trips. I was looking, I was like, I could go to Egypt. I mean, there's just literally anything you can imagine. So I'm really glad I got to do that. And it was just a reminder of, okay, you know what? Like, people are impacted by what I'm doing at Dairy Girl Fitness. But outside of just business, I realized and recognized that I can't tie so much into that because, like, it's a business, but also I am Dairy Girl Fitness. Dairy Girl Fitness is me, right? So it's hard to sometimes take those apart and not let that be my whole personality. And so I did set up some fun personal goals. And this is funny. One of them was change my last name. I still have not done that. So I got married in March of 2023. I still haven't changed my last name. We're going to do that. Yeah, Becca got hers done right away because she's prepared and she's good at this stuff.
No, I am OCD and I'm anxious. And
Oh.
when I get something in my head, I have to do it immediately or it will literally kill me. So,
Well, not many people wait this long. I am going to get it done, but we've just been traveling and we're going to be moving.
you know what? Last night we were talking about this at our dinner. Most of them have not changed their name, and I had no idea. They're like, wait,
Really?
you changed your name? I was like, yeah, didn't you? They're like, no, we just changed it on Facebook. I was like,
Oh, okay. Well, now it's going to make me wait
Yeah.
even longer and like reconsider.
well, they are all like, they're like, yeah, we want to. We just don't feel like it.
It's such a process.
Yeah, it really is. I would wait until after you're in the new house and you work through any documents you have to do for that. And you're
Yeah.
going to have to change your license, so like, and your address. So try to time all of that together.
Yeah, so I still have not done that, but that is so fine. I did have an idea of dyeing my hair copper cowboy. I didn't do that.
I don't even know
think
what
I'm going
that
to do
is.
that.
I'm going to Google
The
that.
cowboy copper. Copper cowboy, it's like the reddish color. You've probably seen it before. Okay.
Like what I have right now?
more
on my
red.
head?
As you
Okay.
look for that, I also
Yeah, keep
wanted
going.
to join a book club, which I did. I joined a book club with like UF grad students and some PhDs, so I'm definitely the oldest. Yeah, that's Cowboy Copper.
Oh. Wait, who's in your book club? I actually don't know much about your book club. I just know that you're in
So
one.
I joined the book club through my friend Shannon, who, like, Ruben knows from college, and she was going to school at UF and getting her master's, and so I joined other master students, and there's some PhD in there as well. But Shannon moved in March, but I still do the book club, so I'm definitely the oldest. But it's all women within ag in some capacity within their masters or their PhD. So it's I haven't gone the last 2 months just with travel because there's like cow shows and different things like that. But yeah, so I did join a fun little book club, and it has been fun to just once a month when I'm able to go, just to catch up and like talk with other women and socialize, basically,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. So very fun on that. Get another tattoo. So I got 3. Woo! All at once. That was fun. And I had a couple other ones. I talked about, I said sign up for some sort of group fitness. I didn't do that. Maybe I will eventually.
I mean, you kind of do it when you come home with me, so does that count?
Yeah, there we go. I'll take it. And then be more consistent about bedtime and wake up times. No.
Wrong.
Damn it. I'm never going to get better with
That
this.
is one where if anyone wants to come at us to change, that.
Yeah, hold me accountable there. And I also had on here, find our home and where we want to live, which I'll be kind of talking about soon because we did find where we're going to end up long term. Woo! So that's me. That's my list. Oh,
Em-
sorry, my backpack fell on my foot. That scared me. Okay, go ahead.
well, what was, I don't see, I think the next thing you want to talk about is like kicking it off.
Favorite
Like,
part.
okay, yeah, so here's what we wanted to do. Now, what was our favorite part? So, what was your favorite part? I'm going to be surprised because you don't have it written down.
I know, because I wasn't really sure. Because I feel like the past couple of years we've had, like, there were so many big things going on, or almost like milestones going on, right? Like, oh, I got engaged and then I got married, or like even going back to like started Dairy Girl Fitness, then grew Dairy Girl Fitness, and then like we moved again, and then got engaged, got married, and then this year almost felt like not like a maintenance phase, but kind of, right? There's
You
still
went on
so many fun things going on, but there wasn't like a big thing for me personally or for Ruben that was really going on, right? And so I think that was also where for me,
You
I
don't think
think
your retreat was a big thing?
yeah, but like even in terms of like I wasn't getting married, right? Like we weren't moving again. There was always just so much
Oh,
going on.
yeah.
I feel like, and the retreat, which why Trovo Trip was so amazing, I didn't really have to plan anything. Like it was
Yeah.
so much fun, but that's why Trovo Trip was great. I kind of did the marketing, brought the people in, and we all just got to show up. We
Yeah.
love that. But I think we all, our family especially, like thrive on like having big things to do or feel like you're always working on. And this year, like again, like I talked about business, it wasn't necessarily like growing in a huge way, wasn't planning a wedding, and didn't necessarily have to plan the retreat super hard or anything like that. So I think that's where this year as well, creating those smaller little things to look forward to was really important for me. And also not tying like happiness or worth or confidence into a business or how it grows. And so for me, this year was just trying to figure out what I think, like, what do I want? What are the little things that I enjoy? And how can I create, like we talked about the dopamine menu a couple episodes ago, just the little things within daily life that we enjoy. And honestly, we still traveled a ton. So I feel like favorite parts was just navigating that of like a maintenance phase of life and knowing that that's awesome, that's cool, that's fun. There's going to be plenty more of those. You're not going to have something big, crazy every year. And then, yeah, just the travel. Bless you, Phoebe. And then visiting family, of course.
The yeah, she sneezed. I
And
saw
the
that
retreat,
happening.
yes. Like,
She sneezed right into the mic. I was like, no, Emily's saying something profound. Aunt Emmy's saying
Hardly.
something profound. You know, you were saying that and explaining it, and for some reason, what popped into my mind was that first year after you graduate college of realizing like you're not in college, you're not doing all of those things. Of what is this new kind of like normal that doesn't involve all of the things that come with college.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you've had a big year. It's just a different kind of big year.
Yeah, again, like it's been an amazing year. It's just the past couple years, even again, well, 2020 was COVID, right? Like there was just so many, like almost like one big thing every year that's like you
Yeah.
kind of plan towards or work on or always think about. And this year, there wasn't something to like always constantly think about, right? Like planning the wedding or whatever it may be. So an amazing year. And again, still tons of travel that
Yeah.
we're blessed for. Still brought in new ladies to Dairy Girl Fitness. Awesome, amazing things. The retreat was a freaking blast. Like 10 out of 10 recommend going to Costa Rica and joining our next Dairy Girl Fitness retreat. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a like mentally different year on how I approach it and made sure I was still enjoying it.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be, you're going to be even more appreciative of it in hindsight next year. Especially with
Yeah.
like the house and everything, when big things happen for you, you're going to be like, damn, maybe I should have like enjoyed not really having anything big last year, right? So it's probably going to be
Yeah.
one of those things in hindsight where you're like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you though, because like, okay, so this year obviously married.
Yay, favorite thing. In fact, we got married. That was fun
Woohoo.
too for me. But it was your wedding, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
Becca's wedding was my favorite.
And then hopefully, you know, if like our whole house situation works out the way we want it to, that'll be, I mean, that's still within this year.
Yeah.
But next year we'll definitely, I mean, we'll have house projects and stuff, but it'll be more of a, and we're both like, you know, I'm finally settled in my new job, new-ish. And it'll be, I'm kind of like excited for maintenance. You
Yeah.
know? I'm
Yeah.
finally excited to have like move past these big milestones. Not that like getting married was just checking a box. But
No,
it is
but I
nice
mean,
to
it's
like
something-
feel settled. I'm starting to like the feeling of settled a bit more than I used to. Check in on me again next year at this time when I'm like, I don't have any big things to share.
I know.
I'll
Well,
probably
and I
feel the
think
same.
We have to get better at that too, of like enjoying the moment and focus on being content, not complacent. Like also recognizing those are different. Like you can still be working towards things and not be moving the needle like by 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll
mine
both
was
be in
easy.
a place being more settled. Love that for you.
Got married. Though my bachelorette party was also up there. That was so fun.
That was a blast.
Yeah, that was fun.
I would run that back.
1,000%. Both of ours.
Most definitely. Well, knowing that you had kind of an expected favorite part of 2024, were there any unexpected parts about 2024 for you this year?
Yeah, birth control.
Yeah?
Dude, this sucks.
Coming off of it, right?
Yeah, coming off of birth control. And I don't know if people are sick of me talking about it, but no one talked about it for me. So, like...
Yeah.
Hopefully more people start talking about it. But yeah, like I thought I would, that was unexpected. I kind of thought, 3 months and I'll be good. Nope. Even this past month, like I had 2 really good months and I'm like still consistent in everything. And like, I even just recently got a hormone tracker because now I'm like so obsessed with it to see all kinds of hormones.
Yeah, it's fun to be aware of your body.
And to be able to go to like my doctor next week and say, look at this and tell me what we need to do. Like,
look at this one. Look at this one.
What's next? Like, you didn't give me any help before, so now I'm bringing you information that you, like, literally cannot ignore, or I'm going somewhere else.
Yep.
So I'm feeling really empowered with that, which is good. And, but even, like, last week, I felt this, like, coil around my stomach and, like, just heaviness on my chest that I recognized as, ooh, I bet this is hormones.
Yeah.
Because I've never felt this like that before. So 2 great months, and then this month was kind of a low one. So did not expect that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah. So of all I mean, there's probably other things that I didn't expect, but that one's just like...
Yeah, like a big moment.
Well, yeah, and it like impacts your brain all the time.
Yep. Yeah. And everyone's so different with it. I mean, for me, I came off of birth control over 3 years ago, and luckily mine jumped right back into a normal, healthy routine and cycle and everything like that. And so, like you said, though, not everyone has that experience, and sometimes it's very easy to feel like gaslit by doctors, where it's...
Yeah, they just like act like it's not a big deal. It's like, okay, reflecting back on this, I was on this for 16 years, and you told me it was just going to be fine, and it has absolutely not been fine.
Yeah, so it's
bit.
a takeaway, of advocating for yourself, right? And knowing that, like, some may come off and be fine, like I was, or some may come off and your hormones are going to have to regulate, and you're going to have to really feel that, like, physically and emotionally, and, be an advocate for yourself. Because so often, and this isn't every doctor, it's not putting doctors in a box, but very often it is sometimes of, we can just put the Band-Aid on it, or like just get back on birth control. And it's like, no, we want to understand what's going on within our true hormones.
Or they're like, you know what, just call me after a year, and if you're not pregnant and if you still don't feel good, like, then we'll talk. It's like, no, we're going to talk now, because I don't want to wait a whole year feeling like there is a tornado living inside me, or like the Tasmanian... I feel like the Tasmania devil some days.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's unexpected.
That is unexpected. So yeah. But I feel like ready for the appointment, which is I did not expect to be so in tune with my body. So that is a positive.
That's an unexpected perk, of coming off of... You do have to be more aware of your body, where your hormones are at. And for anyone listening, even if you don't have them yet, I have them. I could bring them up. There's 2 books: Beyond the Pill by Jolene Brighton, and the Period Repair Manual by Laura Bryden. Those are 2 good books. I need to read those. Yeah, I can bring them up.
You should.
To Pennsylvania next week. Yay, girl stuff. Okay.
Yours.
Fun. Mine. Okay. This one, not really unexpected, but I started running a little more, and I put those in asterisks because I went from 1 mile to 2 miles on my runs. But seriously, that can feel like a big deal, because I think so often when if we all run or ever go on a run, you always feel like you're trying to be your old self of like, I can only do this if I'm going fast. And then you feel gassed and you feel like you're dying and you hate it and you're miserable and it's literally the worst time of your life. I realized that I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not in college anymore. I'm not trying to hit my 9-minute mile time. Maybe I'll get there, but I just started running and slowing down. And it became a lot more fun. Again, I'm still not going on big races or anything like that, but I can run around our neighborhood for, usually I'll do 2-mile runs. I did a couple 3-mile runs this year, and that was the first time I had done that in a long time. And they actually felt, again, running's still hard. Like, that's the point of it. But they actually felt more enjoyable because I just took my ego out of it.
Yeah.
And started slowing down. I was like, I don't care what the watch says. I need to slow down or I'm not going to be able to finish this run. So that was just kind of an unexpected fun part for me. Again, I'm still not doing anything crazy, but just taking the expectation out of it that I'm trying to reach any sort of, old milestone. And again, if I would run a marathon or a half marathon, yeah, maybe I'd aim for different paces, but that's been a fun part for me, just taking the ego out of it and allowing myself to run slow because that means I can run further. And then another one is, so we've kind of talked about it or almost hinted at it throughout the conversation, but one of my goals this year, because it was just, Becca was talking about like wanting to feel settled, right? And that's where we've just not felt unsettled, but we've been in a couple different places in Florida. I think I've been in 5 different places since graduating from college. And so I haven't necessarily felt like I've been in a place of feeling at home or knowing that this is long term or even just a couple years. And that can be fun. And we've had a blast in Florida, but that can also wear on you a little bit in terms of just never feeling like, oh, I'm really settling in here. Like I'm really going to dive in because I know eventually we're just going to be moving. So it was funny. I can't even remember when. Was it like late spring, early summer? Ruben and I were just talking about like, where the heck are we going to move? We kind of recognized we wanted to move back to Georgia to be closer to family because we're in Florida now. We're only 3 hours away, but we're like, let's maybe try to get back to Tifton. It's like a smaller, mid-sized town, a little bit below the farm. But just things weren't panning out. I'm sure everyone understands how difficult house hunting can feel.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So just things weren't panning out. And I remember I just prayed one night. And I was like, God, just give me some sort of sign, some sort of guidance of just what's next. Or just some sort of clarity. Because it just feels, I know we're not always supposed to know the plan. And we very rarely do. It's like, I just need some sort of direction.
Like, give me an opportunity to take the next step.
Yes. And then the next day, even the next morning, Ruben's parents called us. And they're like, do you guys want to move into the farmhouse?
God was like knocking on the door. And I
literally, it was the next morning.
Yeah.
It was the next morning. It was wild. So we're moving back to the farm. So we're moving back to Georgia early 2025. It's not something we've told like close people. We haven't really like announced it yet. I don't even know if you do that.
Cowgirl
this is me
heard it first.
Yeah, this is me talking about it. And so his parents are building a new house near the farm as well, but off the farm. And we're going to be moving onto the farm into the house they built about, was it like 10 or so years ago now? And it's beautiful. It's awesome. And it just felt like a weight lifted off our shoulders. And it just made sense. We're like, well, yeah, if we're going to move back to South Georgia anyways, that was a plan.
Yeah.
Let's just move back to the farm.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. That was unexpected, but it's happening.
I'm excited for you. And like, it'll be nice and plus, you're such good friends with his sister. And you get along with the family so well.
Yeah, his family's awesome.
It's nice that you'll be able to start like, growing roots or like building roots or I don't know, like rooting yourself in the community more so
knowing that you're there.
Yeah, and you're not going to go anywhere. So you can do more long-term things.
Yeah, we're very excited for that. Yeah, just to feel a little more settled like you were talking about. So any Georgia people, what's up? I'm still going to be cheering for Penn State, even though I'm like in Georgia country. But no, I'm very excited to get more involved in whether it's like farming organizations, dairy organizations, just knowing that, hey, okay, we know life can change, but the plan will be, we're going to be here long term. We're going to help expand the farm. We're going to get involved. And I'm excited. So sorry, our unexpected, a little more positive than yours, but I'm glad we kind of have a balance, a real, honest balance.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, I wasn't sharing mine for like, ooh, woe is me. It's just,
No,
yeah.
but it's
That's what
part
happens.
of it.
Sometimes unexpected is happy. Sometimes unexpected is like, well, we're gonna figure this out.
Yep. All right. Well,
Something
kinda
else
change-
unexpected.
Yeah, we're
Spotify.
kind of changing directions. Yeah, we have a few kind of random bits. So it is that time of the year where Spotify Wrapped playlists start to come out. And honestly, it's like one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah.
I love just seeing, okay, what are my top genres, artists, how many hours did I listen, all of that. So I thought it'd be fun to have us kind of guess on what our Spotify Wrapped playlist predictions will be composed of. So
Yeah.
I didn't write mine down because I was just going to like talk out loud through it. But Becca, your notes are funny. So who do you think? And I'm surprised by your favorite artist that you wrote down, or your most popular artist.
Yeah, I wrote, we'll be just as surprised as the rest of us.
That's why I saw someone like 2024 has been an insane year. I'm like nervous to see what my Wrapped playlist looks
Yeah.
like.
I think, well, why I don't feel like I can predict it is because between like prepping for the wedding and the bachelorette.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the first half of the year essentially was
I didn't
wedding.
pick my playlist last year.
Yeah, so that will be a part of it. And then I think Post Malone will be my top artist because of his
That's
country
random.
album.
Oh, you
I-
listened to the whole album.
Oh my god, on repeat. I
Okay.
love that album. It was I don't know, I loved it. So I listened to it a
Heck
lot.
yeah.
Like, and the reason I think that is because last year Morgan Wallen was my top artist, and I don't even like Morgan Wallen that much. I just downloaded
He's in like every song.
He's in every song, and I downloaded the album like once to listen through. Mm-hmm. And there's so many freaking songs on it that I think that just topped out everything else. Or I would love if my top artist was Chris Stapleton, Casey Musgraves, or Lainey Wilson, but I think Post Malone's gonna win it out.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a fun one. And it's funny you mentioned the wedding music because I know 2023, I think one of my top songs was by Maxine Nightingale, or like the and it's all right and it's gonna back to where we're coming from. How do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah, from the Goofy movie.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, wait, let me look it up quick. Maxine
Now
Nightingale.
we're right back at where we started
Right back where we started from.
Yeah.
Yes, I think like that was one of my top songs because I like kept listening to it
Yeah.
for the wedding, so it's funny. So yeah, maybe you'll have a random one thrown in there. For me, I also relate when you listen to one album, like that becomes your favorite singer or artist of the year because I don't listen to many albums the whole way through.
Yeah.
So when you do, like last year,
Spotify's
Taylor Swift.
like, whoa, obsessed.
Yeah, Taylor Swift was one of mine last year. Not expectedly, because I listen to her album like one time, and I don't listen to full albums often. But this year, I don't know, but I think Sabrina Carpenter might be my top artist.
Actually, I think Sabrina will be up there. for me.
Sabrina.
Oh, sorry, that's what the Toast podcast calls her. And
That's
like,
funny, Sabrina.
Yeah, they
I was
call
like,
her
what? You have a nickname for Sabrina?
I did not even do that on purpose.
That's funny. Okay, yeah, so
We're at that level.
her Short and Sweet album, I freaking loved it. And her song Juno, I listened to just so many of those songs like 5 times through daily. So I will be very surprised if Sabrina Carpenter is not my top artist.
Mine will probably be Please, Please, Please. Or Good Graces.
Oh, they're all so good. Like, I want to
Yeah.
listen to it right now.
Yeah.
So that is
that's
just
another good
an
call.
awesome album. And one of the things that always impacts mine is I listen to my workout playlist basically daily, if not like 4 times a week. And so that always really dictates my playlist prediction. David Guetta is usually up there. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm
I was
always
gonna
hoping
say,
she's up there.
I feel like Meg's gonna be up there for you.
Hell yeah. I love her music. It just always gets me going. So we'll see. We'll have to like touch base. Maybe next year when we start recording again, we'll have to touch base on how it actually turned out. And top podcast, mine will probably be Cowgirl Talk. Because I
Yeah.
don't listen to many podcasts.
Yeah. Mine will be Cowgirl Talk, The Toast, and Call Her Daddy.
Oh, I also started listening to Bible in a Year podcast. If anyone doesn't feel like, well, I realized
it was
I've
just
never.
so funny after I say Call Her Daddy, you're like, I listen to the Bible.
Well,
Good
I
for
realized
you,
I've never read through the Bible, and it's like I don't know if
Same.
I'm gonna. I have it, but am I actually going to like sit down and read it? And so
I know.
it's daily 20-minute snippets, just going through it, and then he talks about it and explains it to more like present time and how it relates to us. So I was like, this is
Yeah.
really good. So if anyone just wants to understand the history of it and how it all kind of ties in, that's been really fun for me. So you can listen to both. I've listened to true crime and like people get murdered.
Oh,
and then Bible in a Year.
Dateline should also be up there with me, but we listen to it on Joey's account, I think, most,
Nice.
because
So
while
he'll
we're
take it.
driving. So Dateline's also up there. Lester Holt here.
Yeah. Or Matthew Perry's dad is one of the hosts. I didn't realize that. He's the really old guy who has like a million wrinkles on his face. He's old, so it's expected, but he's just like old. Anyways, so those are our playlist predictions. Another fun one we thought would just be favorite and least favorite food trends of the year. And I feel like you can't even narrow this down sometimes because with social media, it's literally a new trend every single week.
Well,
for me, go ahead.
I like that yours is more high level, and then
Yes.
I got more specific because, like, ditto to what you said, and then also here are some fun things I like saw. So okay,
Yeah,
you
and
first.
I like that we both had different takes because I wrote this last night of like, okay, I want to talk about this, but I couldn't think of any. And then you typed yours, and I'm like, duh, these are duh. Like, I couldn't think of these, but now you said them, now I'm remembering them. So, kind of for me, I was looking at a high level trend of it does seem like there is more of a focus on protein for most people. Like, for me and my people, we always try to eat enough protein. Like, that's our thing, right? We're within health and fitness, but I feel like more people are becoming aware of that. We're talking about the importance of muscle mass, of getting stronger, of eating enough protein, which is so important, especially for women. So I do feel like more women are really focusing on eating more protein. And through that, making sure it's high quality protein, which is where animal proteins come into play. So, there's really been, again, there's trends. So this could go away in a year. But, we've seen a lot of alternatives come in. And it's like, oh, meat and dairy are dumb. But now I feel like more people are realizing, hey, these things are literally the most natural, bioavailable sources of protein. Let's eat them. So I'm feeling like we're seeing more people eat more dairy, more meat, and just not demonizing it as much. It seems, at least for my end, and I could be biased because I love these things.
Well, so, and I'm actually going to kind of like hint at your least favorite, which is, so I see the numbers. Milk is up.
Yeah.
Especially whole milk. And I saw a stat the other day. I think it's 38%. Shoot. Yeah, it was like 38% of milk's new volume this year in the U.S., like fluid milk sales retail from Circana data, which some nerds might know this. What Circana is. I didn't until this year. So Circana data is like kind of like retail point of sale data that collects everything across from the U.S. from places that will allow it to happen. And so 38% of the new milk volume came from alternative beverages, like the alternative beverage space or the plant, like the plant-based.
Yeah.
100% of that 38% came from almond.
So we took it back.
Yeah. So you can assume that they were milk and then went plant because people just realized, like, you look at a label, clean label's a thing. Milk is benefiting from this, like, kind of clean label, fewer ingredients. Let's get back to whole processed food. Milk and meat is super benefiting from that. And I thought that was so interesting that people, like, finally look at this almond beverage and are like, you want to talk about an ultra processed food versus a naturally processed food. Almond milk is as processed as it gets.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, oat milk is like holding steady because I think that's the closest thing to milk for
I've
people.
never had, but people say like they just like the taste of it.
I've had it. It wrecked my stomach, of
Ooh.
course, but
Yeah.
it was similar to milk. It was like frothy and it was more vanilla-y.
I feel like
And
it's
then
so big in
also,
coffee too.
it's huge in coffee, and then coconut milk is
Which, like,
up.
that's a whole different ballgame, I
Well,
feel
and that's
like.
what, like, as I'm analyzing these reports for our sales team, I'm like, you know what? I think coconut milk is having a moment because of the Mormon wives. I'm not kidding. They're
Oh, what do
just,
they use it for?
there's just like, they put coconut in their sodas.
Oh, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think coconut creamer and coconut products had this resurgence after the more real life of Mormon wives.
Yeah.
The dates line up in the spike in data with when
That's
this
wild.
like show got popular. I thought there's no way that this did not have an influence on coconut.
Yeah.
Or this
That's
is just the
wild.
craziest coincidence and I'm the dumbest person looking at data, which is probably true.
Oh.
But I'm like Googling. Yeah, so I thought that was really, really interesting. That milk took back 38% of their business straight from
Yes. That is so exciting.
almond milk. Yeah. So
Absolutely love that. And again, y'all drink whatever you want, but shout out to the real stuff. And
it doesn't get any cleaner label than milk, baby. Mm-hmm. Or
Yeah,
beef, or chicken, or like meat. It doesn't get
Yeah.
any cleaner label,
Eggs.
babe. Yeah.
delicious. I'm gonna
Than
pound
animal
some eggs
protein.
after this. And speaking on labels and ingredients, one of my least favorite trends, and I don't know if this will ever go away, I don't even know if it's considered a trend because it's been going on for so long, is people running through grocery stores and filming TikToks talking about bad ingredients.
Yeah.
So this would be like it's like Flav City. He's a big account, and this is
People
his
send me his
whole
crap all the time.
dude.
Like,
It's
he
his
sucks.
whole account. He is wild. So don't go check out his page because I don't want you to give him more views.
Schmave
But he
Schmitty.
sucks. He just goes through, and also this would be so embarrassing for me. I know before I've taken pictures just like comparing the label of almond milk and milk, right? And that's simple. That's really just comparing the ingredients. But this guy and a lot of other creators now, because it gets views, because fear sells, he runs through the grocery store and just he's picked up just about everything at this point and just demonizes it, talks about the different ingredients, and very often he'll even pick up things that are like fed to kids. So then he's trying to target the parents and make parents feel
Well,
scared of what they're feeding their kids.
Millennial moms are like massive buku bucks. It's always follow the money. Like anytime
yep.
someone is talking about something, even I mean us, obviously, like we
Yeah.
want more milk to sell, like follow
Heck
our
yeah.
money. But they're instilling fear in the people who have the biggest buying power.
Yep.
Because like
Yeah,
no mom
and-
wants to poison their kids.
Yeah. And it's really the trend of fear mongering, right? But again, with social media, who knows if that goes away. But luckily there are accounts like Food Science Babe. She's a fabulous account for anyone who does get afraid of these kind of trends and accounts like that because they're pretty convincing. It can feel pretty terrifying when you're like, oh my God, I'm poisoning my body and my family. So
Yeah.
people like Food Science Babe are awesome. And I really feel like debunk a lot of this and just take a little bit more of the fear out of it and just bring it down to like earth.
Yeah.
So
One
thank
of
goodness
the-
for those people.
I was reading this and like one thing, I'm working for a milk company is some of the additives in products that help keep milk on the shelf longer than standard, like plastic jugs of milk. And one in a lot of half and half creamers, you'll see an ingredient called disodium phosphate, which is literally salt.
Yeah. Also
It's-
that trend of people like, if I can't pronounce it, I'm not going to eat it. It's like, y'all can't pronounce many things that are normal
like
and safe.
it's that's like the legal name that you have to use. So, and what that does is that helps the cream mix and settle into your coffee or whatever you're using it. Because if you go on the websites of clean label half and halves that just have milk and cream, like, mind you, I would love to just have milk and cream. Like, I think there is something simple and nice about fewer ingredients in your food. Like, that's what's at the core of it, right? And so But if you look at these brands like that just I won't name them, but that's just milk and cream, because there's no salt in it, it feathers, which means it looks like it's curdling, so like cream rises to the top because of the difference in temperature. And so people, like, the comments and reviews are crazy of people saying, I've bought this 4 times in a row and it always curdles. Like, no, it's not curdling. So what's crazy about this trend is that what I've seen is people say one thing, they say what they want, but their shopping habits say another. So I think, honestly, your least favorite is unfortunately like good for milk and meat because it is fewer ingredients, but I also don't like that it's at the cost of like spewing bullshit. So I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, you know what?
That is.
I'm waiting to see if what people blah 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 talk about actually influences their shopping habits. Because people,
especially.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
you
go ahead.
Go crazy on. Obviously, I go crazy on this. What I think is the craziest thing is like, I read this on Instagram. It was from the Bostonian or like some Boston magazine, and the quote was, "People want clean food at the convenience and the price of an industrialized food system." So like
That's
what you want is not going to give you the user experience that you expect, and it's also not going to come at the price that you expect.
That's what I was just going to mention of pricing. I mean, people
No one's going to pay
realize,
for it.
Yes, and that's the thing that a lot of these accounts will demonize. It's the more affordable products. Like, there's a reason that many people buy them, which that's a whole other issue in itself, right?
Yeah, like, let's talk about that issue instead, right? So I'm with you of, we all want the same thing. Like, literally, we all want the same thing.
But money wins.
We're just talking about it differently.
Yep. Yeah, and that Flav City guy also, he goes around demonizing a lot of ingredients, and then he has, like, his own wine line. Like, guys, alcohol is a literal toxin. Like, I enjoy alcohol, but that's an actual toxin. If we really want to
poisoning ourselves.
Yeah, like, bro. Okay, but get your bag, man, I guess, because he's a ton of followers, I think.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, you can get down in the nitty gritty of some of the more fun trends.
Oh yeah. Okay. So off of my soapbox, and one of my favorite, I realized I spelled it cucumber salah. I forgot the D. Salah, which was that really fun one where they used the mandolin.
Logan.
Yeah.
It's like some days you just need to eat an entire cucumber.
Yeah. And that's the first time I ever bought MSG, like, which is basically Chinese salt.
Yeah, it's a flavor
enhancer.
Yeah, and it looks delicious.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it did, but I was like, you know what? I have this whole thing of MSG in my cabinet now. But that was delicious. I made that one. I liked.
Love cucumber salads,
oh,
which I have a whole cucumber that I need to eat.
Yeah, and it was just such a unique salad, like that. I remember I took it to a housewarming party and people loved it. It was very summery. Okay, so I have 3. Number 2, fun sodas. Thank you, Mormon wives.
They're in.
I love the vanilla, like, protein drinks, like Core Power or whatever, mixed in with a root beer or an orange soda, which is a fun little float. And then also the Diet Coke with the lime and the coconut.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, so delicious. That was good. Love fun sodas. It's probably something I should drink less of, but they gave me a reason to drink more soda.
Yeah, who cares?
And then I also love that the Ninja Creamy made dairy and ice cream, like, fun in a new way. So, and you have a creamy. I have one.
I can't believe I forgot this. I saw you right there. I was like, duh, Emily. The Ninja Creamy is everywhere right now.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get into a house and I actually have a place to put my Ninja Creamy because I have so many ideas.
It's fun. It is fun.
And then my least favorite. Hear me out. You're not going to like this as Cottage Cheese's number 1 fan. Cottage cheese ice cream is disgusting.
I believe it.
And then I said cream cheese too close to the sun. I meant we are cottage cheesing too close to the sun, y'all.
Yeah, trying to make it into everything.
Don't ruin a good thing. Stop trying to make cottage cheese ice cream happen. It's disgusting.
I believe it. Also, if you've seen the one of people will do, oh, cottage cheese cheesecake, and it's like an egg cheesecake and vanilla extract and maple. I'm like, everyone's like, this literally tastes like an egg. This tastes like an egg souffle. This is not cheesecake.
Well, and I didn't even like the cottage cheese flatbread that people are making pizza out of. Like, well,
I haven't tried that one yet, but I believe it. It's like it's not the same as bread.
It's still cottage cheese. Yeah. So this is when I don't trust the internet.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about like, this is so good. I'm like, no, it's not. This tastes like a salty ice cube. This cream cheese ice cream. It is disgusting. Knock it off.
Yeah, I have not tried, and I probably will not try.
Don't.
I like ice cream as ice cream.
Yeah, it's like, quit ruining things that are good. People just take it too far.
Yeah, because it is so versatile, and it gets views, and it's cool, but yeah, you don't want to turn someone off completely
and
from
it's so much
cottage cheese.
Effing work. Cottage cheese ice cream. I hated it. I was so
I'll just buy
angry.
my Jenny's.
I know. I was so mad. Like, I was infuriated. Because also, I wasted a whole tub of cream cheese. I'm like, this is bullshit. People are lying to you. Mm-hmm. So that's my least favorite.
I feel that. So hopefully that one fades out. I don't see many people making it anymore.
No, because they realize, like, this is bullshit.
You're like, no thanks.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, well, to kind of wrap it up then, after all of our favorite trends and recap of the year, Becca, how was your first year as a Cowgirl Talk podcast host?
To quote 6 a.m. me, a lot of work and I didn't even do that much. Laughing face.
That's funny. It's true.
It was good. I had breakfast with Dad yesterday, and he and I were talking about it. And I know it's been a good opportunity for each of us in different ways. For me, I think it's helped my skills as an interviewer and a host, which has come into play professionally. Right? So, like, I've gotten to host panels, or I've gotten to, speak on stage, and I think that this has helped because
heck yeah,
the way I managed the panel this year at Dairy Girl Network was just light years better than the last time I did it, because I was able to have my set of questions and realize, like, it's not going this way. The conversation is not organically going the way I expected. So I was able to follow the bouncing ball a little bit better and, like, facilitate a conversation that felt organic instead of forcing our pre-written questions.
Yeah.
So I think that these interviews have helped.
Yay! I love that. Well, look at us helping you thrive professionally. It's neat. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, Cowgirl Talk. But no, it's been fun. But it has been a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, more so, I think the most amount of work has been figuring out our recording times.
Recording times.
Been the most.
Yeah, recording times, and then just, I know that sounds silly, but it's just, it was a big year for work, a big year personally, a big year for Dairy Girl Network.
Yeah.
And I was
I have a more flexible schedule. You do have a more structured schedule, so trying to fit this in really is, it's a valuable part of your time.
Yeah, but still for both of us, even though you have the opportunity to be more flexible. So it's been good.
Yay, Becca. Let's everyone clap for Becca's first year. So glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for being my host. It's been fun. It's been really fun to also use this as an opportunity for us to kind of catch up and reminisce. Oh, yeah,
also that I get to spend time with my sister. Cool.
Yeah, because, we're states away, so this has been a fun opportunity for us to connect and brainstorm, and
it's so funny that people listen to us. I still cannot get over that. Like, when people I know say, oh, I liked what you said here, or, like, here's an idea, I'm like, you're committed to listening to us every week? That's wild.
Like, people actually play this, like, in their headphones, in their cars.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, so I've had a blast doing this with you, and I've really enjoyed the people that we've had an opportunity to interview this year. We've had some really amazing conversations on different topics. We've talked about yoga. We talked to Frank Mitlerner. We talked to Courtney recently. We talked to just so many ladies and maybe a few men in between that it was also an opportunity for me to learn. And also, learn how to really allow conversations to go where they need to go. Yeah. And I feel like we've really had some fun and getting to
We're good interviewers.
lead these conversations. Yeah, I feel like we've had fun leading these conversations. And
Yeah.
also, when you have awesome people on your podcast, it makes the interviews that much easier.
Yeah, you know what's also funny is influencers, you have your own little world. It's kind of like a restaurant world. Everybody who works at a restaurant knows everybody else who works at a restaurant in a local town. Influencers, you have your kind of circle and you all work with each other. You like catch up with each other. And there is a little moment of like fame that I feel any time we do these interviews and I'm brought into the circle. Like Courtney DeHoff and I probably would never have had that candid of a conversation as easily as like you would have as a social influencer who's able to relate to her and has like a similar business, etc. So I feel like I've been brought into the fold of influencers and it's whatever, hair flip. I feel a little famous being able to be a part of these conversations with like famous social media people.
Oh, well, we appreciate that. Thank you so much for thinking we are cooler than we are. It is a fun circle to be in, though, but it's awesome that you've gotten brought in because you bring in a really awesome different perspective as well. And yeah, I'm just very thankful for everyone who's come on Cowgirl Talk, who spent their time talking with us and who's shared their knowledge, their wisdom, and just anything with us, right? Like some of these conversations get a little bit deeper and we always just appreciate being able to go there within the conversations. And it is crazy that people listen to this. So y'all listeners, we love you. Thank you. And we appreciate it. It's been a fun year. And y'all just heard an entire recap of it, obviously. So we won't talk about it anymore. But I feel like we have to end it, of course, with the year-end hot take.
Yep.
And I had two different versions here. So I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with.
Let's do both.
And Becca just do both? Okay.
Yeah, Phoebe just like punched me with her paw inside because I stopped petting her.
What a butthole.
Oh, what a little shit.
Hot take, does Phoebe suck?
Sometimes.
Okay, real hot take though. First one. These are both holiday themed. Eggnog, yay or nay?
Yay. I have to say yay.
I will say yay as well, only recently. I feel like, you know, some foods you try once when you're a child and you're scared forever. Like, I hated cottage cheese for years because I was just terrified of it. That was eggnog for me. And then I tried it last year and I realized this is good. It's
we made the eggnog espresso martinis.
Yeah, and I had it in a coffee and I just actually tried it and I was like,
yeah.
This is not scary. This is just like a sweetened, condensed, spiced milk.
Yeah,
it's good.
And we like, what is it? Like more of the nutmeggy spices and stuff anyways.
Yes.
So I feel like we've also kind of come into those flavors with our chais and everything like that.
Yeah.
That eggnog, and I even like the spicier the eggnog, the better, because I like nutmeg, apparently. So I am team eggnog, similar to you. Never thought I would be there until I started working for a company that has their own eggnog, and I went through the whole process of like product development for an eggnog, and I have this whole new appreciation for it. And it does make a really good espresso martini.
Yep, I can attest to that. Yay. Well, I'm glad we're both eggnog lovers. Again, it took us some time to come around. So if anyone else is in the same boat as us of, I don't know if I like eggnog, it's kind of scary. Or like for me, maybe this is rude to say, it was like an old person drink.
Yes.
Or, you know, like I think of Christmas Vacation, which was, you know, it's an older movie. So it is good. I think everyone should come around to it. So I'm glad we both had the opportunity to experience eggnog again.
I agree.
And then another hot take, not really, I don't know if it's a hot take, but your favorite holiday flavor, specifically more around Christmas. So I feel like this could kind of be between, when I think of this, I think of gingerbread, peppermint, and I feel like I had another one, but I can't mentally think of it. Those are big ones though when I think of holiday flavors, or like sugar cookie.
Yeah. You know what? Sugar cookie is like fine, but it's almost just too kind of bland
It's like
for
vanilla.
Me. Yeah. It literally is what it is. I'm really coming into gingerbread this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Gingerbread chai.
Gingerbread chais are so good. But yeah, I mean, I like all Christmas flavors, but I think gingerbread is my newfound favorite this year.
Yeah, if I could only pick one, I guess it would, well, okay, that's dramatic. Peppermint's good in moments, but
Yes.
it's also, it's a pretty strong flavor, right? So I like peppermint, and like I got a Jenny's white chocolate peppermint ice cream. Delicious.
Yum.
Or like Nespresso does the peppermint pinwheel coffee. But in terms of like a peppermint mocha, that's okay for me. But
I don't like it.
Maybe, yeah, I'd rather go the gingerbread route in terms of coffee.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I guess that really is not a hot take because
I
we're like, well,
feel
we like
like
all of them.
Gingerbread has, and maybe it's because I'm now interested in gingerbread, but I feel like
Everyone
gingerbread
loves
is
it now.
having a moment. No?
It's definitely in a lot of flavors, like the gingerbread chais.
Yeah.
I've had one of my other Jenny's ice cream flavors is iced molasses gingerbread. So I've
Yum.
never actually had, maybe, I've not had recently that I can remember, an actual gingerbread cookie, but I'm all for the flavor of gingerbread.
I literally don't know if I've ever had a gingerbread. I've had
It
a
gives me
gingerbread
cookie butter vibes.
Exactly.
That's why I think I like it. I love
Exactly.
cookie butter. I freaking love cookie butter. Cookie butter
Butter
year-round,
at
baby.
Dunkin'.
10 out of 10.
That's a 10 out of 10 holiday flavor.
Awesome. Well, now we all have to go get our favorite holiday drinks after this. I'm just like thinking of what I want for breakfast, what I want for coffee. Now I have so many different ideas. I'm even thinking about, I'm going to make eggs, but now I'm like, do I want a cucumber salad with my eggs? Because I have so many
Honestly,
ideas going.
Don't sleep on it. I had that in New York City once at a Mediterranean place. And
Now I'm
like
thinking
the
of, like-
cucumber salad with the cream cheese.
Yes. Oh.
Like cucumber on a bagel with cream
Oh,
cheese is
yes.
good. With a little bit of everything
Dude.
seasoning.
Okay. Now I think I'm sold.
And
All
red
right.
onion. It's like lox, but not.
Good, because
without
I
the
don't like
lox.
salmon.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like it's lox inspired.
Ooh, okay. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up because my hunger brain is now taking me away. And I think Phoebe's
Yeah.
beside Becca like, give me food.
Yeah,
We can talk
and
about food this whole time. Of
I
course
know.
we're hungry now.
She's oh yeah, it is breakfast time for her. Oh my god, we've been recording for an hour and a half.
Yeah, sorry, everyone. This is a long last episode. If you're still listening, we love you. Shout
God
out
bless.
to you. We won't be recording the rest of the year, so this makes up for all the episodes that you won't be listening to in December. But again, we just want to say thank y'all for listening. It's been a blast. We're going to be taking the month of December off just to chill, enjoy the holidays, and then we're going to come back in January with, I don't know, probably some fun announcements and some fun things that are also happening that, you know, that I'm
Clap,
assuming
clap,
we'll be
clap,
able to,
clap, clap,
yeah,
clap, clap,
we'll
clap,
talk
clap,
about a
clap,
little
clap,
bit
clap,
later. Golf clap. But we're very excited just to continue doing this. It's a blast, like Becca and I said, to just have these conversations with each other, and then the opportunities we get to, the guests that we have opportunities to have conversations with. So if y'all want to keep up with this in the meantime, or just watch our old social media post, we're on social media at Cowgirl Talk. We're also on YouTube if you just need something to pass the time. I know I'm going to be driving a ton for the holidays, so I'm going to have to find podcasts to fill the time.
Hang
Help
out
us
with
fill your
us.
time. Yeah, help us fill your time. And yeah, otherwise, thanks for listening, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Christmas. That was
Chris
wrong.
Mahana Kwanzaa.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, happy Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. That's all the holidays thrown together, and Happy New Year. So there you go. Yay!
Woo, and as always, have a great day, cowgirls. Bye.
Bye.